What is up, everyone? And thank you all so much for tuning in to my very first video of 2024. So for today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at 7 Nintendo Switch games to buy before they become rare and expensive. But before we get into it, if you're not already and you enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get right into this list with Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. And this one was a bit of a FOMO purchase for me, I'm not gonna lie, because this game was pretty hard to find when it first came out, and I've never really seen it get any significant sales or price drops. And I believe that the reason this game will definitely hold its value and even possibly go up in value is because it has 10 games on the cartridge. Now some of those are 2 different versions, kind of how you have in the Pokemon series, like you might have Blue and Red. But altogether it's 10 games, but if you want to count, unique games, it has 6 games total. But these are turn-based RPGs where you collect these chips that give you different moves and abilities to use in battle. The battles are kind of turn-based on a little grid system. And this is a Game Boy Advance era RPG that I missed out on, never got to play. So I'm definitely looking forward to diving into this experience. And I just don't think there's a lot of copies of this one out there, and because of so many games on the cartridge, that's my reasoning for putting it on this list. Now the next game that I want to get into is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition. And this game is 2 awesome turn-based RPGs in one package, all on the cartridge, no download required. And that's why I think this one will definitely hold its value and possibly even go up over time. Now this one you can probably get on the cheap right now, still between 20 to 30 bucks. But I believe a lot of these cartridge-based games with more than one game on the cart will definitely hold their value or go up in the future. And this one is kind of similar to Pokemon, except it's Digimon. I believe the story is probably more mature and it's turn-based. I haven't played these yet, but definitely looking forward to trying those out as well. And the next game I have here is Fight and Rage. And let me tell you, if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, this is a must play. And if you're a physical game collector, I would say this is one game that you would want to get sooner than later. This was originally a limited run release, so there wasn't a lot of copies of it, and those limited run versions are going for like 50 to 60. But they did make a retail version, but I've never ever seen it in the store locally. I believe you can still find it on Amazon, maybe Video Games Plus, which is a great website to check out, videogamesplus.ca, Canadian retailer. But this game is phenomenal. It takes stuff from old school beat 'em ups like Streets of Rage, but the style of this game is just awesome. I think it's pretty fast paced, but not too fast, so it's not as fast as something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up games, but it's faster than Streets of Rage 4. And the combat and the technique and the mechanics in this game are absolutely flawless. I also love the pixelated old school style graphics, and I really don't know what else I can say except that this is probably my favorite beat 'em up of all time, and I'm really glad to have this physical in my collection. So the next game that I have on my list I ended up buying because I kept hearing a few YouTubers that I watch, like my guy Ghostlink, FemTrooper, and Chicken Fillets keeps talking about how awesome Harvestella is. And I hear a lot of people just saying that this is a really awesome, underrated action RPG that was kind of marketed the wrong way. They marketed it as a farming sim, but I've heard that that's just a very light element of this game, probably like only 10%, where the other 90% is an action RPG. But this one definitely went under the radar, didn't sell a lot at all, and that's why I believe that this one could be possibly more expensive and potentially rare in the future. So I'm definitely excited to get to this when I eventually do and add another awesome Square Enix RPG to my collection. And this is one that you might want to keep your eye on as well. Now next up on the list here I have The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD Remastered. And the reason why this is on my list is because this is the lowest selling Zelda game out of all of them. And it's a traditional Zelda game. And if you look at past Nintendo consoles like on the GameCube. Even the Wii U Zeldas, I believe, ended up going up. So I believe this one, since there's less copies of it, as we go into the end of the Nintendo Switch life cycle, I think collectors and Zelda fans will be looking to add this one to their collection. And with less copies out there, I believe that it could definitely go up in price. So the next game on my list is one that I previously covered in a previous video, and that is GalGuardians Demon Purge. But the reason why I wanted to bring this game up again is because I've seen the North American copies of this one pretty much disappear, and they're already going on eBay for like 60 to 70 bucks when this was originally a $40 game. But I just want to tell people not to buy into the FOMO and pay that ridiculous price for this game. You can still find European copies out there close to ESRB, and even Japanese copies. Now the Japanese copies don't say GalGuardians. In Japan it's called Grim Guardians. But hopefully maybe we can get some reprints of the North American version, maybe Video Games Plus, or just the distributor will decide to do a reprint. But this is definitely one that you would want to keep your eye on if you're looking for a Castlevania-like game that features characters from the Galgun series. And I haven't played it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to get into this one. It has 2-player co-op, and it just looks like a really fun game to get into. Now, last on my list here, I'm not sure if this game will end up being rare and expensive or not. It could kind of go both ways. Maybe it could be a bargain bin type of game, or maybe it can go up in price. But that is Game Builder Garage. And this game, it looks like it's definitely out of print. Can't really find too many copies. And for some reason, I've seen the European copies going above MSRP on Amazon. But if you're looking for a secondhand copy here, or for the North American version here in the US, you can definitely find that for a pretty good price. So I picked this up when it went on sale recently for $15 at GameStop. And if you don't know what this game is, Game Builder Garage, it's in the title, it kind of lets you test the waters of whether you'd like to get into game development or just maybe play around with it a little. It's nothing too serious. Like, I don't think you could actually develop like a full game on it, maybe something really short and simple. But it's definitely a unique first-party Nintendo game that you might want to consider adding to your collection now if you're interested, because I believe it is definitely out of print. So that's it for 7 Nintendo Switch games to buy before they become rare and expensive. Thank you so much if you watched till the end of the video. If you like my content and you're not already, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And until the next video, peace.